Everybody, Ira Miller here with Homes Around the Villages YouTube channel, your Villages expert. And today we are going to do a video on taxes. All right, so we're going to kind of concentrate. I really just want the buyer to beware, okay? Caveat emptor, buyer beware. So that's what this video is all about. I want everybody to be an educated buyer here in the Villages, and so I'll keep this short enough for you. And I'm just going to concentrate on taxes in the newer area of the Villages because you need to be aware of what's going on with the different tax structures and tax bases and tax bills and the way taxes are portrayed here in the Villages, right? So an educated buyer is the best buyer, and that's what we're all about here at Homes Around the Villages YouTube channel. And I am Realty because that is my brand new brokerage that I have. Give myself a shameless plug on my new real estate office. So let's go ahead and get started. Taxes now. Like I said, I want to start in kind of the newer area because I want everybody to be aware and not be caught off guard. Now, don't get me wrong. There's people that just want a new or newer home. That's great. That's fine. We have plenty of homes to show you and sell you. And we'll call it the Finney area because that's the first Villages community that they started in the new area, so I call it the Finney area. Just like when we talk about Marion County, I call it the Nancy Lopez area. We have different little names for these different areas. But anyways, wanted to talk with you about taxes now because there's a lot to be aware about. Right? So that's what my job is, and that's what this YouTube channel is all about, is bringing you all the information that you normally wouldn't hear about when especially looking at homes in the Villages. All right, let's go ahead and get started. So when I talk about Finney was started in 2017. They started selling homes in 2017. So what I'm doing here with my quick search is year built 2017 all the way through today of 2023, okay? And what I come up with, and I'm looking at solds and actives, right? So active homes on the market, I have 52 active homes that I have in the MLS here in this new phase of the Villages, starting with the village of Finney. So you have Finney, DeSoto, McClendon, Linden, Marsh Bend, so on and so on and so on. All right, so y'all know where I'm talking about. So there's 52 homes in there. I'm gonna kind of look at some random homes, all right? Now, I'm a little cautious. I'll tell you what I want to do actually. I want to look and see what is the newest that I have here. So maybe 19 brings me down to 32 matches, 2020. And there's a method to my madness. This is why I'm talking to you about going to these newer homes. And that's what I want to concentrate on this video today, are newer homes. And so there's 23, that's a little more, so 2020 and newer. The reason I'm going to tell you in just a second why I want to talk to you about newer homes in the Villages and what to be aware of. All right, so going down, let's talk about, well, there's 1,000,001 for a home in when was that? Ooh. That was built in 2021. So let's talk about this one on Hawkins Drive for a second. Okay. This one on Hawkins Drive has $8,900 in taxes, okay? Let's look at one previous. I just want to bring up a point. All right, so here's one for $4,800. Why do you have one for $8,900 And why do you have one with 4,800? Okay, let's kind of go again. Let's keep going and checking some of these other ones, right? 7888 for taxes. 5465 in taxes. All right, I'm going to use this one for instance, okay? And we're going to talk about taxes. So I tell you what, here's what I'm going to do, because I don't want to get myself in trouble. I don't want to offend anybody. I'm actually going to do one that's already sold. All right, so I can't be criticized of talking about homes that are on the market. So ones that are sold, and I'm going to say in the last 90 days. Let's see what was sold in the last 90 days. So only 6 homes were sold over there in the new area. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, let's start with this $540,000 home. This was built in 2020. Beautiful home. Taxes are showing to be $5611. Let's go to a previous one. It's sold for $7689. Let's go to another previous one. Look at this one, $2,686 in taxes. Built in 2021. Well, that's very odd, very confusing as to why. Look at the differences in taxes that we've been looking at in this area. All right, let's go ahead and pull this one up. All right. We're going to go to the property appraisers, and we're going to see why is this home showing taxes so relatively cheap. Let's get down to the bottom of this one. This is curious. It's already sold. I'm going to go over here to the tax information, the folio they call it. This was on Dominique Lane. Let's make sure that's the one, Dominique Lane. All right. So let's go back here. Dominique Lane. Up here is retrieve tax record. So we're going to retrieve this tax record here. And we're going to get down to the nitty gritty. So they've only had 2 taxes, right? One for, it looks like they've used the tax bill for 2021 and not the tax bill for 2022. Look at the difference. $6,139 versus $2,576. Let's look and what's the difference? Let's check out both tax bills and see really what's going on here. So check this out. First and foremost, all right, your very first year of taxes, you're only getting taxed on only the land, not the house itself. So look, this is why they're using $27,000. That's what the city of Wildwood is evaluating this property at $27,000. Your taxes are only $401.30. Couple that with your bond of $1,774. This is what you're going to pay every year for a bond, and $509 in maintenance fee. What's a maintenance fee? It's the maintenance of the common areas where this home resides. So this will never go away. This is normally, I would say, in a $650 a year range. This is relatively low at $509. The bond, $1,774, that's kind of low too. We're going to kind of look into this. So the combined taxes and everything with your taxes and your bond and your maintenance fee is $2,685, and that's why we see $26.86 is what they declared as total taxes, but that's for the tax year of 2021. A little deception, in my opinion. Why are you going to go when this home is selling in 12 of 23? You already have the 2022 taxes out. Taxes come out in November, folks. So 2022 taxes would have already come out. They're only using 2021 taxes. So right there, they're using old tax when they should have used the more recent 2022 tax bill. And the 2022 tax bill, going back here, if we go back, this is the tax bill they should have used, okay? Because this is more of an accurate tax. So almost $4,000 in taxes with a 13.4 millage rate. And then couple that with the 541 and the 17, you could see where it went up. The maintenance fee went up from 504 to 541 in a year. So your maintenance fee can go up every year, and it goes up based on bids that these landscapers and maintenance people give for that area. All right, so it went up in a year. And so here's the true total taxes is $63.94. So that's why I'm making this video. I want everybody to be aware of what's going on with taxes in this area, because it's all over the place. And that's why I'm not picking on the new area, but there's so much discrepancy in this new area. It deserves a video to be made about it so people know exactly what's going on and what, really the taxes are. Now, let's go back to this one. Let me look for the legal description. Unit 55. So this is what we want to look at over here in this amortization schedule at districtgov.org, 55. So Unit 55, this gives you the breakdown. This is going to show you your $1,770-something bond amount that you're going to be paying every year. There it is. So $30,000 is what this started off with, and then in 2021, $1,776, and there you go. And you go from there. This is a good, honestly, for over in that area, for a 2021 home, this is a good bond balance, because they're in their 40s now. They're in the $40,000 range. If we go back here, and maybe we look at, I don't know, I'm just clicking on and just looking at different areas of the villages. All right, so 39,000 is what, so remember I said about $40,000 are what the bonds are. In this particular one, and I just picked this out of all of them in District 13, unit number 105. This has a $39,000, which equates to $2,189. You can see it's kind of consistent every year. $2,189, $2,188, $2,188, $2,189. It goes up, just pennies. But there you go for 30 years. So you go to districtgov.org and you can find, actually, I will go back all the way to the beginning for you. Districtgov.org. You go over here to residential bond assessment. You go over here to bond amortization schedules. And you look for Sumter County is pretty much where they're building, and now they are building some stuff in Lake County. Let's go over to Lake and see if what we can find, if anything, in Lake County. This is the latest and the greatest that I see for Lake County, because on the other side of the turnpike is actually Lake County. $38,000. So there you go. You're hovering around the $40,000. And look here, there's a little bit of a discrepancy in how much you pay from one year to the next. So the first year they only had them paying $1,000, and then the next year you're paying $28,000. So again, this is why I felt compelled to do this updated tax information for you, because there's such a discrepancy. Another thing that I wanted to, again, these are all sold homes, and I feel a little more comfortable with doing that on sold homes. This is a 2021, and you never know if this 5,020, so here, annual CDD assessment, chances are, if you see lower taxes like this, then your annual CDD fee has not been added together. Although, when you take a look at somebody's taxes, they do add the taxes and assessments together to give you your total tax bill. So let's take a look at what this person's tax bill was and get a little idea from that. So 858 Bowdoin, and then we're going to go down here to this link, pulling up the tax record over here, which is up here, coming up. And all they have is one. It's such a new home. Let's go back for just a second. This is a 2021 home, probably built in late 2021, and they sold it in, so they got one tax bill, and here are their taxes of, well, there you go. So actually, this is a true tax bill for $2,219. They have their homestead exemptions on there to give them a little reduced rate of homestead exemption. And they have a $2,000 a year bond payment, which brings their taxes to $5,041. So, okay. And that's a true assessment right there. So that's good to know. So this was already built into that. But again, let me go over real quick one more time with you about different tax rates, and tell you they're all over the place, and you don't know if, we'll start here at Kennard. This one's $54.65 with $633. They're not even adding in the bond. So that's a little interesting. Why they didn't add the bond, and maybe again, it's kind of weird because sometimes they'll have the bond and sometimes they won't. So this is the first year they paid the tax, and this is $8,389. Let's kind of look at this and look at the breakdown. So this particular home has $5,464 in taxes. No homestead exemption was filed yet, and $2,167 in a bond and $633.45. So if we go back up here, they're not even adding in the bond. I don't have any idea why they didn't do that, but that bond is definitely should be in this annual CDD fee here, okay? And you can see again what the true taxes are, $83.89 on this particular home. So again, this is why I'm doing this. Again, caveat emptor, buyer beware. Always, 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 if you're not working with me, you're gonna wanna go ahead and get with your real estate agent and just say, hey, pull up the taxes for me. Let me see what the bond is. Let me see what the maintenance fee is. Let me see what the breakdown is. And one last thing I want to point out to you before we leave is the millage rate is a little bit higher in this new area because it's in the city of Wildwood. We'll go back one more time to this, and we'll look at city of Wildwood charges you 3 extra mills, which is like $1,223 more on your taxes. Because in the older area, if I do this for you, let me go back. We're gonna go 2014 to 2016. I just want to give you a real quick breakdown on taxes in a little bit of an older area. $779,000 home. $3,161, and let's kind of just dive into the taxes here real quick. Just as an example, I just want to show you the differences between that newer area and where Brownwood is and north of Brownwood. All right, so we're going to go to the latest and the greatest. And we're going to look at, so you do not see City of Wildwood taxes anywhere here like you see City of Wildwood here. So you have 13.4 millage rate here. You only have 10.4 here. So it gives you a lower tax base, right? If you're looking at older homes. And the bonds, this one is $1,400 versus the bond here of $2,167, because bonds are much lower over in the older areas. Like I said, Brownwood and North. That's kind of what you're looking at. So, bit of an advantage. So, total of $5,296, and so they didn't add these two together. They need to add $3,167 and $2,129 together. So there's always going to be that discrepancy of taxes. And again, the reason for this video. It's hard to tell if the CDD fee was added into the tax structure there. You're looking at something that looks like $3,000 a year in taxes when really your tax bill is a little over $5,000. Sometimes they charge you the bond in the newer homes, and sometimes they don't. The millage rates are higher. It's all over the place. So, beware when you're looking at taxes. And you can save yourself some money every year if you're looking at probably, on the average, I'd say probably a couple $1,000s a year is what you're looking at in taxes when you're looking at south of 44 compared to north of 44, State Road 44. So $2,000 is not really an issue for you to have a newer home. There you go, that's fine. Like I said, I just want you to have all the information and know and not be surprised. None of us like surprises, right? We don't want to get our tax bill and say, "Oh, wait a minute. What happened? I thought it was only $5,000. Here it is, almost $8,000." So anyways, there you go. And this is the latest and the greatest of taxes in the newer area, just to bring that information to you because there's so much discrepancy in what you're looking at in taxes and bonds over there, by the way, and millage rates. So that's why this video just needed to be made and updated. So hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks so much for watching. Please go ahead, if you're not yet a subscriber, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and hit the notification icon. So each and every time I make one of these great informative videos for you, you have all the information, you know what you're getting into, and there won't be any surprises for you. If we can help you, we're I Am Realty. I have a brand new real estate brokerage. So give us a call at 352-204-9026 or simply homesaroundthevillages@gmail.com. You can also, just to let you know, text to 352-204-9026. You can call or text to that number. If you call, it rings to all of our phones. So you might have me, you might have Blakely, you might have Nina, you might have Christian. One of us four are going to pick up that phone because we have it set up where it rings to all of us. And we'd be more than happy to hear from you. If you're coming down to visit us anytime soon, please go ahead and make an appointment with us. We'd love to sit down and talk with you and just see what we can do to help you. So thanks again for watching this video. I look forward to seeing you in our next video.